Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Rebel Retirement. My daughter and I went to Dollar General today, and while we were walking around the store looking for items for a gift basket for my granddaughter, I was thinking about what video that I should make today. It's Friday, and on social media, I often think of Fridays as being Freedom Friday. So by the time I left the store and came home, I said, well, maybe I could do something on Social Security. So many people are interested in when they should take Social Security and how much they're going to get or lose if they take their benefit early. And so I thought, okay, this is a good one. I have a comment on my website from a man that really explains it very well. According to his situation, he took his Social Security early and how he uses that money. And this is what I've been saying for many, many years is take your Social Security, work part-time. And if you go over the earnings limit, don't worry about it because your money's going to be recalculated and you can use that money. It's a strategy. Now, if you're making tons of money, this is not a strategy that you're going to want to use. You're in a whole different ball game. So this is, for somebody that wants to get out of the daily rat race and can take advantage of this. So before I get to reading that man's comment, I wanted to say that I was looking on the internet and I was going on over to my website and there was a question I had, and AI came up with something that I kind of felt like they were copying from me. And we all know that when we look on our computers, Google is following us around and feeding us information that, we want and things that maybe we have looked at and so on and so forth. Nothing's private on the internet is what I always say. Okay, but anyway, I wanted to read that. This is AI's version of what happens when you earn or exceed the Social Security earnings limit. They say, like I said, this is AI's version. If you exceed the Social Security earnings limit while receiving benefits, don't worry. Okay. Your benefits aren't permanently reduced. The Social Security Administration will recalculate your benefits at full retirement age, accounting for any months where benefits were withheld due to earnings. Okay. So, like I said, I was going on over to my website, to my article, like benefits at 62, work part-time, and don't worry if you go over the Social Security earnings limit. Don't forget to look at my video on that because that explains the whole deal. What I wanted to do was read this man's comment because he left this comment on my website. And he says, hello, fellow retirees. I started collecting at 62 and a half, and it's great. I still work full time and make about the same amount of Social Security I receive over the limit, about 20K. So they take about half of it back each year. I still get about a 10K raise from the Social Security that I receive. It will be only 6 checks a year, roughly, but that's fine with me. After all, it's my money. This year, I won't get a check until September, but that's okay. I will use that money to pay off any debts I have. It's a win-win if you want to keep working, in my opinion. There's a lot of comments and questions on this particular article on my website. Like I said, everybody's really interested in this topic. And so what he was trying to do was say, hey, you guys, this is what I've done. Don't worry about it because that's the whole focus of it. Don't worry if you exceed the Social Security earnings limit. So to go over what he's done, what he's saying is he still works. He took his Social Security at 62 and a half. He still works full time and he makes about the same amount of Social Security he receives over the limit. Let's just use the example of 2025. The earnings limit for 2025 is $23,400. So he can make $23,400 in addition to whatever benefits. Okay. Now, what he's saying is he goes over about 20K. Okay. So he earns 20,000 over that earnings limit. Okay. So he's making his Social Security benefits he's earning money. Let's say he's earns $40,000. Okay. Let's just use that figure. He earns $40,000 and that's $20,000 approximately over the earnings limit. So they take about half of it back each year. Now remember, it's $1 for every $2 if it's before full retirement, and then $1 for every $3 at full retirement age. So he says, I still get a 10K raise from the Social Security that I received. That's how he's looking at it. That is the strategy. Okay, he's looking at that money as money that is his, that he can use, even though some of that is going to be repaid back to Social Security. He'll get roughly 6 checks, and that's fine with him. After all, it's his money. And this year he won't get a check until September, but that's okay. So Social Security withholds payments until the overpayment in benefits is taken care of, and then your benefits resume. So he takes that money and he uses the money to pay off any debts that he has, which is a super great idea. You could put it towards your mortgage, pay off car notes, pay off any credit card debt. And this is what I've been trying to emphasize to people. So if you're in a situation where you can do that, this is an excellent way for you to take your Social Security and use that money. It's using that money. If you don't have to live off of your Social Security, you can take this money that you've been putting into the system for all of these years. Okay, you can take that money and take it and invest in yourself, like paying off debt. That's investing in yourself. Taking that money and putting it someplace that is going to benefit you in the long term. And even if they take it back, they are going to recalculate at full retirement age. So this video is another video just to inspire you to think outside the box. Think about how you can do this. How can this strategy work for you? Because again, it's Freedom Friday, and people do want to be free. People want to be free before they leave the earth plane. They don't want to think that their whole life was just spent working. I mean, you can ask anybody, right? Who says on their deathbed that, yes, I wish I would have worked more? Okay, nobody says that. So anyway, I hope this has helped you guys. I'm going to put this little screenshot up, while I'm reading it. And so you can go over it, you can read over it and, see how that works. And I hope this gives you a better understanding of how you can collect your Social Security benefits at 62 and let them work for you. So until next time, stay curious, stay healthy, and trust your retirement journey. Thank you for watching. I'm Marlene with Rebel Retirement, and I'll see you next time.